Hello, Durud and Shalom, guys. So, we're still talking about the deal in Gaza between Israel and Hamas and Trump's involvement. I get the sense that there's a lot of unfair credits being taken away from Israel in the direction of Trump. I might be wrong. We'll go over it. We'll check this out. You guys tell me what you think. Everybody's talking about the deal. Everybody's optimistic. I'm not as optimistic, to be honest. Sorry to say. I just hope we get the hostages. But after that, I don't know what's going to happen. And I think a lot of people are a little bit too quick to come up with conclusions. I see the chat is already full. There are some idiots saying free Palestine. It's always good to have some idiots in the chat for us to laugh at. That's good. That's good. Thank you for having. We see the watermelon people here. I mean, I don't know. You think free Palestine? So far, it seems like Palestine is Palestine is having its ass handed to it. It seems like they're surrendering. But again, I don't think that's just phase. We need to focus on phase one. How's my audio? Let me know in the chat. I see Delta is here. I see Mike is here. I see Daddy Dave is here. I don't know who that is. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Amir. Other people who don't know, Dr. Hypnosis, Flying Robot Doc, Born Only Once, Jack. Okay, great. Comrade Shifty. All right, the chat is full. Hughes is here. Okay, fantastic. Hi, everyone. And the audio is good. All right, so let's just watch this. I don't know. You guys probably know this guy, right? This is Patrick P. David on the Valuetainment podcast. They went over this, and I think it's a good way for us to use as a reference to see how people are discussing the deal between Hamas and Israel and react to it. And I do want to make sure that I pay attention to the chat. If you guys have any questions, or any comments, especially questions, I'll try to respond to it during the show. Make sure you like the stream so that more people see this. Okay, so let's just get right into it.
Trump's Gaza peace plan wins unexpected praise from an MSNBC panelist. Rob, can we first go through? Trump says first phase of Gaza peace plan has been signed. Is that the one from MSNBC from NBC, Rob? Let me go to that one. And if you can pull up the...
All right, so phase one. So just remember, there's two phases. Some idiot in the chat saying this is surrender by Israel. Oh my God, you guys are really... I love how retarded the pro-Palestine people are. I just love how stupid they are. It's just so good to have them. It just makes you feel good when they're here in the chat and you're like, oh my, I mean, it's bad that the world is full of crazies, but it also makes you feel so confident. I'm like, you know what? If this is the average, I don't know. But anyway, let me actually put some super chat goal in the chat. I forgot to put that. Let's, if I reach 10 super chats, I will stay longer and chit chat with you guys. So if I reach 10 super chats, yeah, okay. So I'm going to put goal. The super chat goal is now set. So let's continue. So yeah, phase one actually should have the pictures for each phase is ready, so you guys could tell the difference between the phases. How about that? Maybe I could just upload those at some point. Okay.
There's a clip of a bunch of people saying good things about him. Okay, here's Trump. Go ahead and play this, Rob.
You said that you might go to the Middle East on Sunday. Do you mean Egypt and Israel? And would you consider going to Gaza to see what things are around?
I would. I might do that. I may do that. We haven't decided exactly. I'll be going to Egypt most likely. That's where everybody is gathered right now, and we appreciate that very much. But I'll be making the rounds, as the expression goes. I probably will.
Okay, so what was the point of this video, Rob?
That's Trump announcing that he is going to Egypt for the signing. And then I also do have MSNBC as well.
Go ahead and play the MSNBC one, where it's like they're giving him a lot of love.
The deal that President Trump is announcing played a key part in negotiating. It is a significant change. This war was blocked for 2 years. President Biden, who preceded him, was unable to find a way to stop it. President Trump found that way by being tough on both sides.
This is the language that I do not like at all. They're saying that President Trump found a way by being tough on both sides. Do you guys like to hear that? Do you guys think that is appropriate to say? Do you guys agree with that bullshit? There's two problems with this statement. They're saying Trump managed to get a peace deal finally, unlike all the other presidents. This is already a mistake. It was Israel. First, it's Israel that is showing the force that got Hamas to beg United States to come save it before it gets annihilated. This is not Trump's. This is not Trump showing force. This is 2 years of Israeli force decimating Hamas and the IRGC and Hezbollah and the Houthis. And then Trump comes at the end. Imagine if you're beating up somebody for 2 years, and then somebody shows up after 2 years, and then he's so beaten up and he just pushes it, and the guy falls because you've been beating him for 2 years. And he goes like, I did it! I did it! It was me! He never bent the knee, he never fell until I came and pushed him. Like, you've been beating this guy up for 2 straight years, and you have been very effective at it, only for Trump to come and like, hey, I made them surrender. They're coming to you not because you're showing force. They're coming to you because they're afraid of Israeli force. You're not showing strength. In fact, you're showing signs of weakness and signs of appeasement. And they see the weakness in you, and they're coming to you to save them from Israel. That's what's happening. Oh, give us saying, oh my fucking God, logic. Thank you, Armin. Well, thank you. I don't know. And I haven't seen other people with this take. Like, I'm so surprised that other people don't have this take. This is what's happening. But look at this other thing he said. It's like, by putting pressure on both sides. They're both siding Hamas and Israel. You got a peace deal because these were just 2 nutty boys just fighting out. And Trump was like the adult in the room. These are 2 kids. Like, you see the language? Hamas and Israel are just 2 little like kids who are just having a, anger tantrum and just like unreasonably fighting with each other. And Trump is the adult who's like coming in and basically stopping the fight by showing force. That's the narrative here. They say Trump is like, people are loving Trump because he's showing he's putting pressure on Hamas and Israel at the same time. You see how they're putting Israel in the same category of Hamas? That is absolutely vile and disgusting. It's insane. And I don't know why more people are not calling this out. Like, oh wow, fantastic. We need a Trump to bring peace. You motherfuckers, you're actually making peace less likely by doing this before Israel managed to finish the job. Like, guys, Israel has done 80% of the job, and now they're forcing not a peace, they're forcing a ceasefire, not peace, on Israel. And they're surprised of how much Hamas is accepting. They're thinking, oh, look at this. Hamas is accepting so much, even though they're not accepting that much. This is what they're saying, though. Hamas is not accepting disarming, and they're not accepting a Gaza with a government without Hamas involved, which is actually the key parts. The only part that we can celebrate right now, hopefully, is the release of the hostages, which comes at a very, very heavy price of releasing 1,700 terrorists from Israeli prisons. Each one of them could be the next Yahya Sinwar, which gives you a cost of another October 7th for the price of 20. I mean, we could celebrate the 20 being released. We should also realize that the cost of 1,700 terrorists being released is a really heavy price. So it's a win-lose situation right now when it comes to phase 1. But when it comes to phase 2, we don't even have the beginnings of Hamas showing even the signs of them agreeing to disarm. So what the fuck are you celebrating? Like, I don't. But the things that you're getting right now, which you're so shocked, like, how do we get all of this? It's not because Trump. It's because Israel, and they're desperate for a deal, so they're saying anything that Trump's want to hear, including thanking him. Hamas thanking Trump. This is a new one for me. And then if you actually understood what's happening, that this is not because of Trump's pressure, this is because of Israel's pressure, then you would come to the logical conclusion that if you did this when Israel finished the job, Hamas would have been giving you even more. The fact that they're even resisting disarming, guys, Israel has proven time and time again in history. Every time Israel got long-lasting peace is when they went to the final step by crushing their enemies. When you get in the way, then you don't let Israel get long-lasting peace. The reason why you're so shocked by how much Hamas is accepting is because Israel has finished 80% of the job. Imagine what Hamas would have been forced to give in if they have gone 100% of the way. So let me actually hold.
But President Trump found that way by being tough on both sides, and he'll take a victory lap for sure over the next few days. But it's deserved. There's no way.
Go back so I can read
see
that tweet, please.
Yeah, it's very much deserved for getting in Israel's way twice now. Twice.
You know they really don't want to be able to say that. I'm very proud to announce that Israel and Hamas have both signed off on the first phase of the peace plan. This means that all of the hostages will be released very soon, and Israel will withdraw their troops to an agreed-upon line as the first steps towards a strong, durable, and
this is Trump's understanding. This is not Hamas's understanding. Let me actually show you the things that Hamas has not agreed to. Hold on. Let's put this on the screen. All right. So you could see, hold on. Let me actually bring it up for myself as well on a different screen because this is too small for me. Okay, there we go. So here there are four main ways that Hamas have contradicted Trump's plan. One, Hamas still wants full withdrawal from the Strip, something that Israel does not agree to. I mean, at least they have to keep the buffer zone. Two, Hamas aren't keen on the post-war governance plan. They want to be involved. Three, multiple references to the Palestinian state. One of their conditions is for the Palestinian states to be a thing. And then four, this is the most important one. Number 4, no acknowledgement that Hamas will disarm. This is the most important part of the 22-point agreement, which Hamas has not said yes to. And the deadline that Trump had announced, which was 72 hours, has already passed. And Trump said that they will allow Israel to do whatever they want with them after the deadline passes if they don't agree to everything. They haven't agreed to disarm. But now Trump is coming to Israel and like, oh, this is fantastic. This is great. Don't you dare shoot at them anymore. This is insanity. Also, Amir, thank you so much. Amir saying, Bibi, drop 7,000 here. Armin is your guy. Yes, Bibi, thank you so much. You have my bank account. Bibi Netanyahu, please send me another $7,000. Thank you. But given that I showed you everything that was missing from Hamas's letter, I mean, I have the letter. Maybe I could just show you the letter. Well, it's too small. Never mind. But it's not what. So Trump is saying this means that all of the hostages will be released very soon. Yes, that part seems like it will happen. And Israel will withdraw their troops on agreed upon line at first steps toward a strong, durable, and everlasting peace. Okay, so this part is actually correct. The thing that matters is, what about phase 2? Oh, actually, let me show you phase 1 and phase 2. Okay, because last time we had an agreement like this, phase 1 went through, and it was always the phase 2 and 3 parts that usually are the issue. Hold on. Where's phase 2? Let me close this. Phase 2. Let me bring it here. Okay, so phase 1, Hamas to give up the remaining hostages Israel, this is phase one. This is the part that we're in right now. Hamas to give up the remaining hostages. Israel to release 2,000 Palestinian prisoners. I would say Palestinian terrorists. And then more humanitarian aid to Gaza, more than 3 calories per day per person for more humanitarian aid using the United Nations routes rather than the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, so that Hamas could take them and basically steal them and profit from it for its war machine. And then partial withdrawal of IDF troops. Okay, partial withdrawals. Yeah, that's right. But here's the thing. This is the key part. The phase two is what we're waiting. Again, guys, I want phase one. Don't get me wrong. I'm really want this part, the remaining hostages to be freed so that Israel does not do phase two and goes in and maybe kills some of those 2,000 that it's released so that they cannot be a Yahya Sinwar. So let's go through phase one, get the hostages released, and then fuck phase two. Let's go kill these motherfuckers because now they have no leverage because they gave up all their hostages. Right? So phase two says plan for post-war recognition, plan for post-war governance. Yeah, again, Hamas, as long as Hamas is there, none of this will happen. Possibility of disarmament? Yeah. Not without a fight. Discussions about Palestinian state. Fuck no. Fuck no. This is, again, there's no way. Fuck phase two. Let's just get the hostages home and be done with this, and then we could go in and annihilate these motherfuckers, right? Okay, hold on. Tony just gave us a super chat. Oh, we already 2 out of 10 super chats. Thank you, guys. That's very sweet. Somebody saying Armin language. You guys, should I control my language? You guys do not like it when I speak like that? Let me know, because it gives me energy when I speak like that. You guys decide.
Everlasting peace. All parties will be treated fairly. This is a great day for the Arab and the Muslim world, Israel, all surrounding nations, and the United States of America. And
somebody in the chat is saying, give them their land back. I agree, Ginger. Give Israelis their land back. Give Israel, Gaza and the West Bank belongs to Israel. Give Israel its land back. Thank you for supporting Zionism.
We thank Israel, all surrounding nations, and the United States of America. And we thank the mediators from Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey who worked with us to make this historic and unprecedented event happen. Blessed are the peacemakers, Donald J. Trump. And by the way, because of this, everybody on the left was saying how monumental this was, but they gave the Nobel Prize to Maria Corina Machado. So, Adam, as you hear,
I mean, she offered it to Trump anyways. This was the only way that at least this year, Trump would have gotten a Nobel Peace. Didn't she dedicate the Nobel? Didn't the lady that got the Nobel Peace Prize, didn't she dedicate it to Trump? She dedicated it to Trump, I think, if I'm correct. And also, she's right-leaning. She's anti-communist. So, I mean, this is a win for you guys anyways, because usually they give Nobel Peace Prizes to left-leaning people. So this year they gave it to a right-leaning person.
Because of this, everybody on the left was saying how monumental this was, but they gave the Nobel Prize to Maria Corina Machado. So, Adam,
honestly, she deserves it. She deserves it. She's fighting leftist fucking tyranny.
You're hearing all these, everything that's going on with Israel and Gaza and what the peace plan President Trump just put together. What are you thinking?
Well, number one, Trump is calling the shots. Nobody else.
No,
it's not anyone else other than Trump. And nobody.
Yeah. Israel is doing all the hard work, all the dirty work, and Trump gets to come and claim that it was me that was victorious. Okay, sure.
But Trump could go meet with literally the entire Middle East and Israel and goes, I'm running the show here. I need everybody on board. I don't know if you guys noticed this.
I mean, I don't mind Trump coming in and doing this. I'm not, if Israel wants that, as long as Israel gets the credit. Like, I wouldn't be mad about this as much if people were saying that this is because of all the amazing military victories that Israel has had in the past 2 years, and then also give some credit to Trump for, I don't know, making this happen. But not only they're not giving credit to Israel, they're acting like Israel was the problem here, and Trump came and made it right. That's how people are acting. So the left is trying to not even talk about this, because they want Hamas to continue to fight, so they don't want this, right? They don't, because they're seeing how much Trump is getting credit for this, and they don't want to give Trump any credit. So they're basically trying to ignore all of the, like, they want Jew blood anyways, so they want more war, right? But on the right-leaning people, they're not getting this right either. That both the left and the right, they're acting like Israel is the problem and Trump is the solution. But the only reason why Trump has a solution right now is because Israel just paved the way. They made everything easy, because these people they have been fucked by Israel. Like, they have nothing to defend themselves with. Of course, they're more likely to agree to your terms.
About Trump, I don't know if anything's even been official yet. Trump is doing like supposition diplomacy. He's like, listen, guys, we're 90% there. I'm announcing that this deal is done. You guys do the remaining pieces. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
Like, there's nothing.
Yeah. He doesn't take it. He doesn't take responsibility. He's like, people are like, well, what Hamas is saying doesn't seem like they're actually agreeing to your terms. Like, yeah, I don't know. To me, they said, thank you, Trump. Sounds good enough to me. You guys worry about the details. Like, but Trump, you have 22 points. They didn't even agree to 2 of them. They said thank you. Seemed like a bunch of nice guys. These Hamas people tell Israel to back off. That's all I needed to hear. This is the most historic deal in the history of the universe.
It's done. You guys do the remaining pieces. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
Like, there's nothing official. He's like, peace deal's done. Don't make me come over there and put you over my knee. Qatar, Israel, Turkey.
Look at these are right-leaning people, by the way, in America. They're saying Trump is saying, don't make me come over there and put you over my knee, Hamas, Israel. Like, as if Israel needs a spanking, just like Hamas. 2 little kids that need some spanking from Daddy Trump. That's how this is being portrayed. My God.
There, I'm announcing that this deal is done. You guys do the remaining pieces. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
Like, there's nothing official. He's like, peace deal's done. Don't make me come over there and put you over my knee. Qatar, Israel, Turkey, Hamas. So they
put Hamas and Israel. They put Israel in the naughty list along with Hamas. Fucking people, man.
The X factor in this equation is obviously Hamas. All these other countries.
X factor is Hamas?
Yes.
Okay, tell me why.
Well, they're the only non-state actor. So Turkey, he met with Erdogan.
Mm-hmm.
Qatar, he met with.
I mean, because they did October 7th.
The Sultan of Qatar, whatever it is. Obviously, he's been meeting with Bibi. We understand what's going on there.
Egypt.
Egypt is there, Al-Sisi. But Qatar is the linchpin. I'm sorry, Hamas is the linchpin. We can't control them. It's like saying, hey, we're going to go negotiate ISIS in Iraq, or with Hezbollah in Lebanon, or Al-Qaeda in Syria. Well, they're actually in Syria right now. Boko Haram. Like, this is a full-on terrorist group. And
so then why are you negotiating with them? Then why? Like, he look at this. He's saying this is a full-on terroristic group right after saying that Trump is being the adult in the room and putting Hamas and Israel in the naughty list and giving them both a spanking for why is Israel getting a spanking? Because Israel wants to destroy these people instead of negotiating with them. After that, he says Hamas is full on a terroristic group. Okay, then Israel is getting a spanking because they're not negotiating with terrorists. Is that why they're getting a spanking? Guys, there was a saying, I don't remember it correctly. Was it we negotiate with terrorists, or was it we do not negotiate with terrorists? I can't quite remember. Which one was it? Was it we do negotiate with terrorists, or was it we do not negotiate with terrorists? I can swear it was we do not, but I can't be sure because this idiot is saying that Israel is the problem for refusing to negotiate with terrorists. But I thought that the principle was not to negotiate with terrorists. Was it not? Okay, people are saying it was not. See, I was correct then. We got another super chat. This was our third super chat. Thank you so much. From Yanush saying, Armin, did you get my email about Iranian professor? Will you do an expose about him? Guys, I cannot take requests. If you're emailing me, it better be about you helping me removing some weight off of my shoulder rather than adding to it. If you're emailing me, it better be like, Armin, this is how I can make your job easier. Not here's something in addition to all the other things that you need to check every day. Okay, sorry, but thank you for the super chat, but I'll try to check my emails, but I'm getting bombarded right now. Okay, but thank you for the super chat.
You know, I have friends who are Israelis. I have friends that are even Muslim and Arab. Israelis, I can tell you this, they are so done with war. If you ask any Israeli, they want
not necessarily. It depends on which war. When it comes to the Islamic Republic, many Israelis are eager to, go for the head of the octopus.
to be done with this freaking war, and they want.
I mean, Israelis in the chat, what do you guys think? What are your views? Do you want to be done with this war, or do you want to basically completely eradicate and destroy and neutralize anybody that was responsible for October 7th, or anybody that could be responsible for another October 7th? Which one? You tell me. I know a lot of Israelis watch our channel, so you tell me in the chat.
If you ask any Israeli, they
yeah, exactly. So here's the thing: we ain't eager, but we need to deal with it. Exactly. That's a good answer.
Want to be done. They are. I have friends that are even Muslim and Arab. Israelis, I can tell you this, they are so done with war. If you ask any Israeli, they want to be done with this freaking war, and they want their hostages home.
Depends.
I think Hamas is not done with war. It's kind of their job. It's kind of their living. This is what they do. And then you have
they want a ceasefire so that they could recover for the next round. This is why, guys, if you're saying you're done with the war, let's do a ceasefire. Ceasefires do not end wars. I have told you this 1,000 times. Ceasefire is an opportunity for your enemy to come back stronger in the near future. You're like, oh my God, I'm so done with the war. Let's end this. Or like, oh my God, are we ending war? You're like, yes. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want war. How are you bringing war? And like, by signing this peace agreement or ceasefire with Hamas, or like, but they're still there. Like, yeah. Like, you do understand that this is not the end of the war. This is just an opportunity for them to recover. You almost had them. You're just giving them a chance to recover. This is not the end of the war. This is an opportunity for your enemy to come back stronger pretty soon. So if you are pushing your politicians to do ceasefire, thinking that will bring peace, then you have not read your own history. Because your governments in the past brought you long-lasting peace by finishing the fucking job.
Palestinians just sort of stuck in the middle of this entire charade here. And did you know that the first part of the peace deal, it's the hostage exchange? That's the number one thing. Just a little fun fact. There's 48 total hostages. 20 are alive. So 48 bodies, 20 are alive. Do you know how much they're swapping for? They're swapping hostages for, I think it's 1,700 prisoners and I think 250 of them are serving life sentences for bombing, for terrorists, for murder. Do you understand that is the equivalent of this? Hear me out. The bank robbers rob the bank. They hold the tellers and the customers hostage. And we're acting like, all right, guys, we'll let them go if we can go free. The bank robbers, they're the bad guys. So what's happening here is that Israel is willing to make a deal with the devil. And I mean that literally, because this has happened before. I've talked about this before. In 2006, there was a prisoner exchange where they let a...
So he's not doing a very good job. All he's trying to say is that they're releasing around 2,000 prisoners, terrorists, for the sake of the 20 hostages. And then back in the day, they had a similar deal before between Israel and Hamas. And one of those people was Yahya Sinwar, who is the mastermind of October 7th. So how did that work out? How did that work out last time? How did that work out last time? You got your hostage back. Congratulations, Israel. But you also got October 7th. And you now basically, Israel is being forced by United States to repeat the same mistake, potentially bringing Israel another October 7th. So Torah is saying, we know Armin. Well, Torah, I'm obviously not telling you. You do realize that there are other people here watching who are not Israeli who might not know these things. So I need to tell them as well. I mean, look, these people. So Torah, just watch this. These people didn't know. Like, he tells this, and the other people are like, no, really? You know, look at this. Torah, I know you know it. You're Israeli. My audience is not all Israeli. But look, these are some of the biggest content creators on the planet Earth, and he's telling them this, and they're shocked. They didn't know this. But watch this.
One IDF soldier was kidnapped. His name was Gilad Shalit. If you want to understand how Israel rolls, and Hamas knows this, they exchanged him for not 100, for not 500, for over 1,000 prisoners, and 200 were serving life sentences, like murderers. And one of those guys, fast forward, ended up being a guy called Yahya Sinwar.
Why would they do that?
Because that's how much.
Like, he's saying, why would they do that? Like, he did it. Like, these guys, this is one of the world's biggest podcasts, right? And they've been covering this whole Israel situation since October 7th a lot. And this guy is like, why would they? Like, he's like shocked. Like, this is new for him. And this is actually very interesting, guys. There's a contradiction here happening. Let me know if you understand what it is.
Fast forward, ended up being a guy called Yahya Sinwar.
Why would they do that?
Because that's how much they care about their people. That's literally it. They're saying, we want our guy back. This is why people.
And guys, I agree. Like that's really sweet. Like, that is really sweet. Okay, Israel is on team life. They care about life so much, and this shows how much Israel values every single one of its citizens, and how connected you guys are with each other, and how much you love each other, and how much you support each other. This is very beautiful in Israel. This is really beautiful. But at the same time, your extreme love for your fellow citizens, which should be admired, is making some of you make the same mistake you made by releasing Yahya Sinwar, which killed 1,200 of your citizens. So it's all good and well to care about these 20, but isn't 1,200 a bigger number than 20?
People go and serve in the IDF because they say, I have to do this for 2 years. I think men, it's a little bit longer. They're saying, God forbid you are ever held hostage we're going to get you.
Even if
So understand the reason that they're holding out for these hostages.
Yeah.
There's a track record here. 1,000 prisoners. And the
Guys, by the way, guys, Israelis in the chat, am I being insensitive by saying that? Because I'm worried that by saying that, some of you it might come off as if I don't care about the hostages, right? You know, like celebrating the hostages. Anybody who doesn't celebrate the release of the hostages is a fucking monster. Obviously, the release of the hostages are very, very important. When I suggest that the cost of releasing potential terrorists that could do another October 7th is very high, is that me as an Iranian who's not Israeli saying that to an audience that is partially Israeli, is that insensitive? Like, should I not say that? Let me know if I'm going too far. Okay, people are saying it's okay. Well, thank you. Torah is saying no, Armin. But after 2 years, it's too much. I'm clueless. It hurts too bad. Yeah, I get it. But another October 7th will start another 2 years, right? Another October 7th will start another 2 years. Oh, thank you, FLP. Thank you, everybody. Oh, you guys are so kind. Thank you.
guy that they let out 20 years ago.
1,000 Hamas people.
Yes.
So they're willing to
look. None of these people knew. None of these people knew the story.
The reason
Look
that
at
they're
this,
holding
Rashad.
out for these hostages.
Yeah.
There's a track record here.
Like he's saying 2,000 Hamas people. Like he thought it might be 2,000 Israelis. Like, when did Hamas got 2,000 Israelis? When did Hamas have 2,000 Israeli hostages? Obviously, it's 2,000 Hamas people. My God.
1,000 prisoners, and the guy that they let out 20 years ago.
1,000 Hamas people.
Yes.
So they're willing to give back
Yeah,
terrorists
go
that are
back to the
terrorist
ChatGPT,
stuff.
Rob.
And
You just have
Yahya
to read this.
Sinwar
Go back
was the
what
Look how shocked they all are.
mastermind
Let me
of
just read
October
this to you.
7th.
By the way, this is recent. They all just learned this. Like, this is one day. This video that I'm showing you is 1 day old. They're all like, "Oh my God, they're willing to let go of 1,000 terrorists for one guy?" Like, this is one of the most famous things about Israel. How did you guys not know this?
Ceasefire into effect October 10th. Under these terms, Israel has begun partial troop withdrawal from sectors of Gaza, pulling back behind an agreed deployment line. Hamas is to release 20 Israeli hostages within 72 hours, after which Israel will free 250 long-term Palestinian prisoners plus 1,700 detained. Vinny.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's what.
Do you understand one thing?
That's
A
why,
hostage
I saw
is
his,
a pawn of terror,
Yeah.
and a prisoner
Yep.
is a product of justice.
Yeah.
It's not an
So
even
it's going to
swap.
continue.
Yeah, that's exactly, dude.
Look at this. He's like, "That's it. You're right." But guys, they should put, like, look at him. Look, he's so confused. Like, so this is going to continue. Like, look at him. He's so shocked, justifiably shocked. He's like, so he came to the right conclusion. There's a light bulb right above his, right here. There's a light bulb right here above his head. So he's like, so this is all going to continue. Yeah. And this is what Trump has forced Israel to do.
Product of justice.
Yeah.
It's not an
So
even
it's going to
swap.
continue.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Look at that. You look at it. He's so like, oh, but then this is just another October 7th.
Dude, I saw his face
Bingo.
live change to you're gonna. And by the way, my
It's
heart, I pray
short-term
for the.
appeasement.
I pray
That's
for
what's
the
happening.
hostages. Like, God knows that I pray for them. But you're gonna
Yes.
release 1,700 people that, guess what, want to do the same thing that Hamas. Like,
Why
let's say a
would you
good
do
chunk
that?
of them
But
are doing it.
Can
You're
you ask why? What is their argument of why?
Guys, these people are not very smart, and even they are getting this.
why
let's say a
would you
good
do
chunk
that?
of
But
them
why-
are doing it.
Can
You're
you
really
ask why? What is their argument of why?
That's crazy.
Oh, somebody in the chat is saying this is 100% Israeli propaganda. Hope they paid you for it. Guys, somebody is hoping that I get paid well for this. So, guys, we do accept super chats. We got 3 out of 10 super chats. Every time somebody mentions about Jews paying me, it's a good opportunity for me to advertise the fact that the super chat option is right at the bottom to the right. Okay, thank you. Okay.
That's crazy.
Why? What is their argument of why?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Because they're willing.
I understand,
Hear
but
me
Adam,
out.
is it
Hear
worth
me-
20
let me answer
people
the
to
question.
really
Look, they think that's crazy. Why are they doing this? You idiots were celebrating this just a few seconds ago. You were like, oh my God, Trump just did such a beautiful thing. Nobody would have done that. You celebrated the release of 2,000 terrorists.
At least if, like, in your eyes, more terrorists.
Obviously,
If Israel wasn't held back by the Western world, we would have gotten rid of Hamas by now. The hostages would have been home by now. And more important than all of this, the entire axis of resistance would have collapsed by now because Khamenei would have been dead. Because at the end of the 12-day war, Israel was going for the main politicians and very possibly, very likely also Khamenei. And Trump stopped them. And Trump himself admitted that he saved Khamenei's life. If Khamenei was dead today, we wouldn't have to be dealing with most of this fucking bullshit. Oh, thank you. Jeff is saying, I got you, bro. Guys, thank you so much. We got to 4 super chats. So, yes, thank you. Let's continue.
but obviously they
So
believe
bring them,
so.
have them come back.
So it's short-term appeasement. Let's end the war. There's a victory.
Oh, we got another super chat. We got to 5 out of 10. Thank you. Will is saying, I'm from the Jew propagandist organization. Enjoy. Wow, guys, I've been exposed. I didn't know. Guys, you should rename that organization. That's not very that's not this is what I tell you. Jews are not good at propaganda. Look how they named their organization. They call their organization the Jew propagandist organization. This is why you're not winning in propaganda. But thank you for the super chat. All right. No, it's okay. Well, it's okay.
You know, Bibi Netanyahu could say, congrats. It's short-term appeasement. Let's end the war. There's a victory.
Thank
you know, Bibi Netanyahu could.
Oh, so see, he's saying that this is
So
short term.
it's short-term appeasement. Let's end the war. There's a victory.
If it's short-term appeasement, then you cannot say let's end the war. Short-term, hey, do you know what the definition of short-term is? Definition of short-term it means that it's not going to last long. So that means that we will have more war. So this is not the end of the war. Oh my God, we got 6 super chats. Thank you so much, FLP. Thank you. That's very sweet. Guys, we're getting more super chats these days. We're getting so close to our 10 goal. I mean, why can't I heart this? Okay, there we go. Thank you, FLP.
You know, Bibi Netanyahu could say, congrats, we got our hostages home. But they know that something's coming around.
Somebody saying Trump derangement syndrome, TDS detected. Okay, retard. Are you telling me? Because if you're not telling me, then this doesn't apply to you. But if you're telling me, then retard alert. Because on this show, I have said positive things about Trump and negative things about Trump. Even if you don't agree with me, I've said positive things about Trump. So you're full of shit. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Jeff is saying Iran was so much better in the 70s. Obviously, yes, very much so. It wasn't just better. It was an economic miracle at that time. It was actually ahead of some European countries. That's how good it was. Some Western European countries.
Around the corner.
Yeah, but
This was in 2000, I think 6 was the Gilad Shalit 1 to 1,000 exchange. So now it's 18 years later, and they're revisiting this again, not longer. And they're just basically saying, all right, when's the next time this is going to happen? And they're hoping, fingers crossed, that they can actually demilitarize Gaza, indoctrinate Gaza.
No, okay. Before you demilitarize Gaza or de-indoctrinate Gaza, once you get the hostages, you have to go hunt down every single one of the 200 the terrorists from the people you releasing back into Gaza. You need to microchip the people that you're releasing. So once you get the hostages back, you go and find every single one of them and eliminate them. That's what you need to do. So hold on, we got another super chat by I'm gonna say Sapien from now on. Okay, Sapien is saying, just to hear you rant more. Well, you shall have more of that. Well, thank you so much. And we're already close to our goal. We already got 8 out of 10. Thank you.
Gaza and basically get a long-standing peace deal. But if
how-
Hamas is still there, I mean, all bets are off the table.
You just made my brain go. Well, first of all,
Yes,
let me
welcome to the Middle East, buddy.
I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Yeah, welcome.
And the fact that Donald Trump didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize because you brought it up. Obama got it 8.5 months into his office, and guess what he did? Nothing. Zero. Okay. They said that what was it for? It was for extraordinary efforts to strengthen international diplomacy and cooperation between two peoples. Nothing happened. Okay. The award was based on hope and symbolism. Okay. And then Adam, you made a really good point. I do think because a lot
I mean, I cannot argue with that. He's right. That was a bullshit decision.
of people are like, oh, Bibi's in control. And have you ever, Donald Trump has been yelling at this guy. How many times has there been reports where he's yelling at him on the phone? He's yelling and saying, I don't know why you're being.
Wait, who is he yelling at?
Bibi's in control. And have you ever, Donald Trump has been yelling at this guy. How many times has there been reports where he's yelling at him on the phone? He's yelling at.
Case closed. Why the fuck would Trump be yelling at a prime minister that has been spending the past 2 years killing America's enemy? All most of their enemies in the Middle East. The IRGC, all the heads of IRGC, not one, not two, not many, not most, all of the heads of IRGC gone. All of the heads of Hezbollah, not one, not two, not many, not most, all gone. Almost all of the heads of Hamas are gone. The Houthis, Trump, your crew, your team attacked the Houthis and not much happened. Israel attacked the Houthis and it was much more effective. Israel is doing your jobs for you. When you pick up the phone and Bibi is on the line, the first thing that needs to come out of your mouth is, thank you, Bibi. You have served America more than any American alive. That's what you should be telling Bibi every fucking time. You're yelling at somebody who's been defending America and eliminating its enemies. Why would you be yelling?
Trump has been yelling at this guy. How many times has there been reports where he's yelling at him on the phone? He's yelling and saying, I don't know why you're being so effing negative. It's like, this is
because you just made them release 2,000 murderers and terrorist sympathizers and terrorists back into enemy territory. That might be why they could be negative about it, because you have said you are praising Hamas for not really agreeing to most of the 22 points on your peace deal. I praised you for isolating Hamas and the Islamic Republic with this peace deal, but now you're celebrating Hamas and the Islamic Republic, and obviously anybody with common sense should be negative, and Bibi has common sense. Why are you being so negative? Because you're praising the Islamic Republic, because you're praising Hamas, because you told everybody on camera that if Hamas doesn't accept to everything on this deal in 72 hours, I will allow Israel to do whatever it wants. 72 hours passed, they did not agree, and now instead of allowing Israel to do whatever it wants in Gaza, you're forcing Israel to pull back, and you're blaming them for being negative, and you're shouting at them on the phone. We got another super chat. Sean is saying Bibi does whatever he wants, and yes, it sometimes drives Trump crazy. I mean, actually, Bibi doesn't do whatever he wants. Bibi has enough sense to know that you cannot deviate too far away from what America wants. Like he tests it sometimes how far he could get, but he knows that he cannot get that far. Guys, it's America. By the way, thank you for the super chat. We got 9 out of 10. It's America. Love it or hate it, America is the world's superpower, and there's no one else. Okay? You have to get in line with American interests. You have to. There is no other way.
Trump. So I do think at the end of the day, Bibi's doing his thing, but Trump is like, just hurry the F up and make this happen. Okay. But I do have a couple of questions, Adam, which I'm so happy that Pat brought it up. And I get it. You want your people back, but is it worth releasing more terrorists in your eyes? And then, because what?
Look at the guys. Are you listening to yourself? Are you listening to yourself? Do you see the contradiction? He was like, Trump is getting justifiably angry with Netanyahu and yelling at them. And why are you releasing? Is it worth releasing all of these, prisoners back into Gaza? It's not worth it. That's the deal that Trump is pushing, and Israel is trying to resist, and that's the disagreement. You take Trump's side in 1 second, and then you basically make the argument for why Bibi would be frustrated in the next right after you finished defending Trump. Like, you don't even understand. I think these people don't even understand what the tension is about. Like, that's why they don't get it. That's why they're contradicting. Like, you don't even know what side you are. You don't even know. You guys just assume that Israel gets frustrated over unreasonable things. That's why you don't even bother to check, well, why would they be frustrated? You just assume it's because of something unreasonable, not knowing it's because of exactly what you just uttered. Okay, we got 2 super chats. We even went above our goals. Spooky saying, did you see Yusuf's idea? No, what is it? I didn't see. Recently? No. And then Drew gave us a super chat saying, you think Trump understands backlash for doing what's in the people's interest when it comes to Bibi? Trump just wants the Nobel Peace Prize so badly for what? No, I mean, he just wants to be known for, like, he's desperate to show that he ends wars and brings peace, but peace doesn't come from ceasefires with your enemies and negotiating with terrorists. I mean, anybody who understands the basics of international politics understands that negotiating with people who started a war before destroying them completely does not bring peace. In fact, it encourages more war.
Do you just want to keep terrorists around? It doesn't make sense to me. That's number one. Number two, once Hamas gives over these 20 hostages.
Okay, this guy. So we got another super chat saying 10th super chat. I love you, Robin. Who's Robin? I'm so confused. This is the second time we're getting super chats loving Robin. Who's Robin? Okay, well, you're loved, Robin.
Hostages, God willing. What happens to those Hamas? How many Hamas are left right now? Is there a number? What happens to those guys? Do they go, okay, here are your hostages. Now, can we just stay in these tunnels? That's number one. And then number two, my question is, with all that's happening, all the peace, the war, ceasefire, stopping, what happens to the 2 million displaced Palestinians that have scattered and they're all over the place? Trump and everybody's talking about with Jared Kushner and the Middle East building this like Gulf and the high rises. Do those 2 million people get to come back to there's no homes? So is there going to be?
There is homes in Gaza. It's not all flattened.
A deal to say, hey, listen, we can't really find out where your house is because it's all gone, but are we going to give them money? Like,
you think Hamas?
No, not Hamas. I'm talking about regular people.
Okay. You need to first finish Hamas before you could ask these questions. None of these questions regarding what happens to rebuilding Gaza will be able to get even materialized before you actually get rid of the Hamas problem. Oh, we got another super chat saying, Spooky saying 2 days ago, he posted on Elon's platform. Elon, he has a theory that Trump is gambling and it fails. Okay. I don't know what the theory is. We'll see. I don't think. Okay, we'll see.
My point.
I'm saying Hamas is gone.
We'll see.
No, well, Hamas is
Yeah.
still running Gaza. This is
When they're
the,
gone.
This is the existential question. Ready, Vinny?
Yeah, go.
You think Hamas cares about people?
No, that's not my question.
No,
That's
but
not
I'm
my
saying,
point. No,
Hamas doesn't care about
of
these
course.
people.
Well, I'm saying once
They're
Hamas.
pawns in a jihadi game
My question.
that they're trying to eliminate Israel.
Here's my.
They hate Israel
Okay, but
more than they love their
I
own
know.
people.
I get that. But
No,
here's
no,
my,
just soak that in for a
I know.
sec.
I'm soaking
That's
it.
the challenge.
No, but here's my question to you, Adam. You missed my point.
Yeah.
Hamas is dead. Let's say they
No,
kill
they're
all.
not.
No, but
Yeah.
hear me out.
Okay.
Play along with me.
Okay.
They kill all.
Oh my God, he's saying assume that they're dead. He's saying Hamas is dead, and he's like, no, they're not. Oh my, I understand your friend more than you do. He's saying assume that they're dead. Like as the day that they're dead, what do we do after? Like you guys are friends, and I understand you better than you understand each other. Look at this. It's like no, they're not. That's not what he
No,
meant.
no, just soak that in for a
I know.
sec.
I'm soaking
That's
it.
the challenge.
No, but here's my question to you, Adam. You missed my point.
Yeah.
Hamas is dead. Let's say they
No,
kill
they're
all.
not.
No, but
Yeah.
hear me out.
Okay.
Play along with me.
Okay.
They kill all of Hamas. Okay. The 2 million Palestinians that have to leave, do they get to come back home? Because the
What
plan is
home?
building this.
Come back home. They're still in Gaza. What do you mean by home? If you're talking about the people who their homes have been destroyed, obviously you need to rebuild. If you're talking about Gaza, they're still in Gaza.
Freaking epicenter of golf courses and high rises and freaking golf courses. Do they get? Do
Yeah.
these people get to come
part
back?
of the plan, if that's what you're asking, is that the Gazans can still live in Gaza.
I hope so because
Well,
they're like all those people that left. You're hoping they get to come back. Where are they going to come? They're going to get to.
Where they come back? They haven't left. Does this person think that they have left Gaza? They haven't left Gaza. They're still in Gaza. Come back where? What are you talking
Live in a
about?
high rise because their houses are all gone.
I mean, think about how long it's going to take to reconstruct Gaza.
Oh,
Who knows? They're going to be
forever.
refugees forever. And this is exactly what Hamas wanted.
Yeah, maybe next time. How about this? I have a tip. Don't elect a murdering, genocidal, Jew-hating government that wages war on a superior country with a superior army. Don't do that. You're not going to have a good time if you do that. Okay, don't elect a state that declares war on a neighbor that is 100 times stronger than you. Okay, that maybe that would be my first step in how you get to keep your houses. All right, that's how you get to keep your houses. And okay. And Mish, thank you for the super chat saying Palestinians celebrate October 7th. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Many of them do. Not all of them, but many of them do. I would even say most of them probably do. Not sure, actually. I have to look at the numbers.
I can't emphasize this enough. If Hamas wanted to stop this, they could have done a hostage exchange 2 years ago. If Qatar actually cared about any.
Oh my God. Oh my God. If Hamas, look, here's the thing, guys. You guys don't understand. If Hamas released the hostages, then Israel would just, the reason why they didn't release the hostages is because that's the only leverage they have. If they release the hostages, then Israel will come in and basically fuck them all up. So the reason why they're releasing the hostages now, we have to see if they do that, is because they're hoping that Trump will hold. Guys, do you want me to give you the conspiracy theory of all conspiracy theories that would make all of this look so good for Trump? Do you guys want to hear this? Do you guys want to hear this? So if you're Hamas, just imagine you're Hamas for a second, okay? Let's just imagine that you're Hamas, okay? And you know that you have given that nobody came to your aid, the Islamic Republic didn't show up, the Houthis can't show up, the Hezbollah didn't show up, nobody came, the Katoeb, Zainabiyun, Hashd Shabi, Fatimiyun, you're on your own. You have some hostages, and the hostages are the only reason why you're alive, right? So let's say, guys, get it around. I'm going to tell you a story. Let's say this is not what happened, but let's just imagine. Let's just say Trump and Netanyahu got together and said together, let's start a fake fight. Okay? And during the 12-day war, we are going to act like we're going to bomb somewhere, and you call our pilots and be really, really angry with me. Okay, you yell at me, you post a tweet, and then we pull our pilots back. Okay, and then here's what we do. At some point, we will bomb the Hamas leaders in Qatar, and we will miss. We will miss. Okay, and then you come in, and this will scare the bejesus out of them, because I made sure they missed, because these are the people who could come and sign the agreement. And then you come here and you be like, okay, Qatar, you're my buddy. I will make sure this will never happen again. I will get Netanyahu to apologize to you. And now we have a NATO-like agreement that if anybody attacks you, I will attack them, even if it's Israel. And Qatar is like, okay, this is actually good. I'm happy now. Okay. And I will be angry with Netanyahu and stuff like that, right? And sometimes I will both side it and will basically act like Hamas and Israel are both at wrong. And then Hamas will think that, oh my God, these two are fighting. And we will come announce a deal, and we will like, okay, release the hostages, and me, Daddy Trump, will guarantee that Hamas will hold back, that they will abide by the deal. You saw I held them back in Iran. I held them back in Qatar. I made Netanyahu apologize. So if you want leverage, you don't need the hostages. You have me. Daddy Trump will save you, Hamas. Okay? Daddy Trump will save you. So just if you don't let the hostages go, we will come. I will just let them do whatever they want, and this is your last chance, okay? But if you do release the hostages, then I will hold Israel back. And they will release the hostages thinking that they are just replacing one leverage with the other leverage. And as soon as the hostages are released, Trump is like, okay, BB, the show is over. Go fuck them up. Okay? The show is over. Yes, the good cop, bad cop scenario is over. They really bought that I'm going to hold you back because of the things that we've been saying against each other, because of the Qatar situation, because of the Iran situation. And now, just go do whatever you want with these motherfuckers, okay? Again, this is not reality, but it would have been awesome if this is reality. This would be awesome if it was. Isn't that that's a good... Guys, make that a movie. Sapien is saying, yeah, exactly. Super chat saying good cup, bad cup. Thank you so much for the super chats. Exactly.
This.
But these are terrorists, Adam. You don't negotiate.
Yeah, exactly. People are saying if you can't win, don't start a fight. Well, these people think that they will win in the afterlife if they don't win in this.
Years ago, if Qatar actually cared about any of this,
but these are terrorists, Adam. You don't negotiate with terrorists. How many times do we have this? You got to kill.
So, guys, you motherfuckers, if you're saying we don't negotiate with terrorists, then why are you praising Trump for forcing Israel to negotiate with terrorists?
Well, then why do we wait 2 years? You knew that. Kill them.
Okay, well,
sorry. Go down there. I don't know how many times I have to say this.
I wish it was as simple as you're making it, Vinny.
Do you have any thoughts on this?
I mean, history has shown that Israel has done this before.
Not any deeper. I hear both angles going back and forth. That, first of all, it is very good that there's progress being made to stopping the live fighting and the live fire. Step one. Step two, get everybody in their opposite corners. Step three, the UN, the US, and remember, who is the chair, or I don't know what the proper title is, but who is leading what will be the Adam, what's it called? The Gaza Commission or the Gaza Relief Commission? DJT. And then Tony Blair is going to be part of it. But yesterday, some people said, we don't think we like Tony. We don't want Tony. We don't want Tony Blair to be on it. No, I think.
Oh my God! Did they just only now realize that Tony Blair is going to be on it?
Was it the Gazans or somebody said, I don't think we like Tony Blair. But point is, Trump has got the signature. So now we got to go figure out what we do with these people, one step at a time. But first, let's get this war to stop, and let's get the hostages back. And
get the hostages back and then continue the war.
I do agree with one thing. I hate like hell that all of these people And the reason they have life sentences is because they were captured and they were tried and they had done terrible bad things and they got a life sentence. And I hate like hell that these people are going back. But I love that it's a symbol that says that we value life. And here it comes. And here come all the comments saying, well, Israel doesn't value life. That's its own unequivocation. Yeah, go ahead and say it. The fact is, hostages are coming home, which is a good thing. The war is stopping, Pat, but there's a lot of work to do. And let's not hand wave over the 2 million Gazans or the peaceful Palestinians that are looking for a place to live and a place to be. Let's not forget all of those people there. But man, there are bad blueberries in that muffin, and we got to take care of that.
Pat, what do you think?
I don't know. To me, I used to have a guy that would always make temporary fixes. And finally, I told him, I said, you know what's the difference between you and the other guys? He says, what? I said, they make permanent changes. You make temporary changes. How is this permanent? So when the revolution happened with Iran and Jimmy Carter was campaigning on human rights, that was his main thing. He was a human rights leader, right? And he forced 2 countries to release political prisoners. One of them was Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi. The other one was Cuba. Okay. So Cuba finally is like, this guy's such an idiot. Let's send him let's release 125,000 prisoners, criminals, send them to Miami.
The Mario boat lift.
They send him to Miami. Miami's unemployment rate goes up to 50% a year later, give or take. There is no gas. There's no gas. Like there's an issue in Miami. And all of
This guy gets off topic really fast.
a sudden you see the movie Scarface comes out.
Yeah.
Dude, that is prompted by what Jimmy Carter
Wow.
did, right?
Yep.
So, and then in Iran, he forces the Shah to release 3,000 political prisoners. Many of those guys that were in there ended up becoming leaders of, Osama bin Laden, all these other guys.
Osama bin Laden was a political prisoner in Iran during the Shah's time? What the hell? What?
Ended up becoming leaders of, Osama bin Laden, all these other.
There's leader of Osama bin Laden was not a prisoner in Iran during the Shah's time. But I get his point. His point that what he should say that many of the people that the Shah released from prisons in Iran ended up being responsible for the Islamic Revolution of 1979. That would be the point that he needs to make. But there's the connection with the Osama bin Laden is weird.
Guys, I don't. This is a
I think do they think that they're all just the same person?
continuation of that. Now, it will tell you when you see this that Megyn Kelly just tweeted something, Rob. If you can go to Megyn Kelly, she called that CNN. And it's so funny how quickly, you hear these things that even Megyn Kelly's very fair where she's at. She'll call out Israel. She'll call out this. She'll call out that. Zoom in right there. Look what she said. Check out the first paragraph on how the war started. Great job, CNN. Go a little bit lower. See how 2 years of war, loss, and heartbreak has changed these Gaza Palestinians. Now look at the first sentence. Go a little lower. It's been 2 years since Israel launched its war in Gaza. And life in the enclave has never been harder.
Yeah.
Wow. Guys, CNN, look at this. CNN saying it's been 2 years since Israel launched its war in Gaza. It doesn't, oh my God. It hasn't been 2 years since Hamas started. What the fuck? Exactly. They don't go say, like, it's not 2 years since. Yeah, it's just they just launched the war in Gaza for no apparent reason. They already are trying to erase what Hamas did on October 7th. What the fuck? It doesn't say it's been 2 years since Hamas launched the greatest act of terror against Israel in the history of Israel and the greatest act of genocide against the Jews since World War II. No, it's been 2 years since Israel, just out of nowhere, Gaza was just minding its own business, doing nothing at all, harming nobody. And Israel just came up and like, hey, it's a nice strip you have there. It would be a shame if something happened to it. and there was just boom, boom all over the place for no fucking reason. Just that's what happened. That's what happened. Okay.
Gaza. And life in the enclave has never been harder.
Yeah.
They don't talk about what happened the other way around. So this is continued. This division between the two is going to go for a while, and making some.
Why are you both siding it? This division between these two, you're like acting like they both have like legitimate grievances. Like these differences between these two, motherfucker. This is an act of terror against a democratic country. Oh my god.
Somebody that's extremely fair, where she'll go criticize both sides. So it's not like she is a one-sided person. But to me, when I'm seeing this, I'm for Israel to give up.
Guys, was Philly spamming in the chat? Was Philly just spamming? I don't know why this person was hidden. Let me know if he was spamming. Okay, Spooky saying, oh, a disturbing amount of Americans have no idea October 7th happened. No way. You kidding me? Are you sure? Are you for real? They literally think Israel just started attacking. Is that what happened? Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I need to see those numbers. By the way, let me know in the chat what was I see somebody was removed. FLP, did you remove them because they were spamming? It's Philly. Hold on, let me screenshot this username. Philly Jazz. I see one of the admins removed them. I say Delta saying we should say Palestine invaded Israel on October 7th. That's another super chat. Yep, you should. Yeah, that would be more accurate.
But to me, when I'm seeing this, I'm for Israel to give up 250 plus another what?
I do want to know what that person did for their to get banned from the chat. So let me know, guys.
Not like she is a one-sided person, but to me, when I'm seeing this, I'm for Israel to give up.
Wait, hold on. So FLP, you think he was repeating hateful rhetoric? That we don't ban people for that. So thank you, FLP, for being here, and thank you for keeping an eye on the chat. Just but from now on, only remove people who are spamming the chat. Like if whatever we want to see hateful rhetoric, we want to see it because we need to be educated of how hateful these Jew haters are. We need to see it. And also we use these people to grow a thicker skin. So hateful rhetoric does not get banned. Only people who are flooding the chat with the same message so much that the chat becomes unusable, those are the only people that we don't even ban them. We give them a timeout, and if they repeat it, then we first give them a warning, and then we give them a timeout, and then we ban them. Okay. But thank you so much, FLP, for keeping an eye on the chat.
250. I'm for Israel to give up 250 plus another, what was it? 1,700, 1,200? 1,700 for
prisoners.
20 people? For 20 people?
This is, yeah.
Listen, culturally, you meet certain people with certain cultures and you see what they value and what they don't value. Say what you say, man. They're telling you what they value here. Again, I went back and watched Charlie Kirk's interview, the first one that we did that happened right after October 7th. I think it was October 10th or 12th podcast. And he explains, he says, either when this took place, they did not expect it to be that bad. Okay. Where, hey, let's go back and get if they knew it's not going to be that bad of a thing. Ended up being ugly, obviously, to what it is today. But for you to give up all of that, it's like when Biden gave up.
So why are you criticizing? Look, Trump gets the praise for doing the deal, but when this is so incredible. You see how biased people are against Israel. So the part of the deal is the releasing all of these 2,000 terrorists, right? So they praise Trump for doing the deal, and then when they realize that part of the deal is releasing all of these terrorists, they're blaming Israel for releasing the prisoners. So it's the same deal. Why is Trump getting the praise, and then when part of the deal is releasing these prisoners, Israel gets the blame? What the, like, this is, Israel can't win with these people. Why are you not blaming Trump for doing this? It's always Israel, apparently. Oh my God.
Who is the
Oh, yeah,
broker of
was the Merchant of Death?
the Merchant of Death for who?
For Brittany Griner.
Brittany Griner.
Who hates America.
Yeah.
So that tells you the priority for Obama, for Biden.
Yeah.
Biden would rather have
Oh,
a
man.
female WNBA basketball. By the way, yesterday I was watching a video.
Okay, that is unfair. Okay, I don't like Biden's foreign policy, but like Biden would rather have, yeah, because she was American.
Rather have
Oh,
a
man.
female WNBA basketball. By the way, yesterday I was watching a video.
Why wouldn't he want that? She's a US citizen. He should, like, wait, what? Because she's female and WMD, like, makes her worthless and not worth releasing from prison in a foreign country? What the fuck?
Video about 7th graders and 8th graders playing WNBA players, and they destroyed them.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he gets distracted to another
Oh,
topic.
really?
They destroyed them. It's not even funny what it was like. It was embarrassing. Rob, can you go to Obama's tweet, please? Here's what Obama had to say. If you just go to my Twitter account, I just retweeted what he had to say.
Right.
It's so embarrassing what he says. Go to
Obama
his
Doesn't even mention Trump by name, I
yeah,
believe,
if
right?
you just go to
Some guy who's went over to the
right
Middle
there,
East.
watch this. Watch.
He doesn't finish a thought before going to another one.
So
Anybody
zoom
got a
in.
peck of Salem's?
Can you put show like what he says? After 2 years of unimaginable loss and suffering for Israeli families and people of Gaza, we should be encouraged and relieved that an end to the conflict is within sight, that those hostages still being held will be reunited with their families, and that vital aid can be seen inside Gaza, who is eventually shattered. More than that, though, it now falls on Israelis and Palestinians with the support of U.S. and the entire world community to begin the hard task of rebuilding Gaza and commit the process by recognizing any name of Trump
Nothing.
there? Any name of current administration?
Yeah, okay, fair. He doesn't mention Trump, but also you guys didn't give any praises to Bibi. So you are basically doing the same thing. You're like, oh, why is Barack Obama not giving any credit to Trump for this deal? Well, you are doing worse. You're not giving any credit to the main person that is responsible for Hamas being in the position for you to even be happy for them to agree with anything.
Any shout out to the guy that came after you?
Or just say the U.S. brokered it.
Yeah, anything you can say that's somewhat good. 3 basic questions for you, sir. Who brokered this deal? Who became the peacemaker? Any chance you'll give him credit?
Never.
Okay, let me see. Who brokered this deal? Trump did, yes, but it could have been a better deal if Netanyahu had more, wasn't being held back. Who became the peacemaker? Netanyahu is the peacemaker. Any chance you'll give him some credit? No, Barack Obama, no chance. Barack Obama is going to give credit to Netanyahu, but neither would you. You're basically at fault in the same way Barack Obama is.
Who brokered this deal? Who became the peacemaker? Any chance you'll give him credit?
Never.
Why not?
Can't.
Don't forget the mic drop when he made fun of Trump, or that one dinner that he said, you'll never be president. Trump is sitting there just listening to him.
Yep.
You think they're still keeping that part in place? But Obama has an opportunity here to be a peacemaker and to kind of give credit. Cannot do it. He can't do that part, right? But
neither can you. You're not giving credit to the main person that deserves the credit, which is Bibi.
having said that, respect to the president, respect to what he's doing. This started under Biden. Let's not forget.
That's true.
This started under Biden, and the peace happened under Trump. Adam.
Pat, can I just give you some?
The peace, there is no peace. This is ceasefire. This is not peace. This is an opportunity for terrorists to recover.
Some stats real quick. By the way, Robbie, pull this up. By the way, you said, trading Brittany Griner for Dr. Death, I believe.
The Merchant of Death.
Or the Merchant of Death. It's Brittany Griner, in this case, for 1,000 Merchant of Deaths. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Like
Oh,
it's not
yeah.
like a 1-for-1.
Yeah.
So this is a
By the way, guys, Delta in the chat saying these guys are so partisan. This, you guys notice, this is what you should be happy regarding this channel. You guys see that when I say good or bad things about Trump or good or bad things about, I don't know, Biden or whatever, it like I'm not basically aligned based on any political parties. Like if Biden fucks up, I call it out. If he does something that I like, I'm like, okay, that was good. If Trump does something that I like, I call it, I like, oh, that's good. And if he fucks up, I call it out. Like you guys see, like when you watch these people, you could see you could guess before they even you don't even have to wait for them to open their mouths. If it's Obama and Biden, you already know what they're going to say. When it's Trump, you already know they're going to praise it. When it's Obama and Biden, you like. But for me, it's not like that. I basically judge everything individually. Even Netanyahu, who I'm praising so much right now, I have been criticizing him for a whole lot of his pre-October 7th policies. Even Netanyahu, that I celebrate, even Israel, I consider myself a Zionist. Israel, that I celebrate so much, I've lost so many fans. Sometimes criticizing something Israel has done. This is, I mean, I'm not saying I'm always right. I'm usually right though, but I am doing my best to be as close to objective as I possibly can be. The fact that sometimes you cannot guess what my position is going to be about something shows that I'm genuinely thinking about it every single time.
I'm going to give an ode to the BizDoc, Words Talk Numbers Scream. I'm going to explain why the long-term lasting peace is going to be very difficult with Israel and Gaza and what's going on. And as I always say, follow the money. So remember the conversation that I had with Bassem Youssef? I said, there'll be peace when certain Muslim countries prioritize GDP rather than GDT, right? There's a big difference between Gulf countries and the other Arab countries that are surrounding Israel. So here you see what the GDP is.
Okay, this is a good point here.
Per capita in different countries. So I'm just going to go real fast. Saudi Arabia is almost 33,000. Iran, $5,000 a year. Yemen.
Okay, so it would be more accurate if you compare GDP per capita, purchase power parity, like PPP, based on international dollar rather than US dollar. Okay, that would make it more accurate, but whatever.
33,000. Iran, $5,000 a year. Yemen, $465. Egypt, $3,500. That's Israel's neighbor. What is Israel's GDP per capita?
53.1. I got good eyes from.
I think there's a list right there, Rob. If you can show that.
Wait,
0.1
is who's bigger, Qatar or Israel? Qatar is bigger. Qatar has higher GDP per capita.
I got good eyes from.
I think there's a list right there, Rob. If you can show that.
Wow, Yemen, guys. Holy shit. Yemen's GDP per capita is $465. Holy shit. That country is poor. Unbelievable.
But what is Israel's GDP per capita?
53.1.
Like, given that how much, like Iran right now is 5,000, and given how much I've been experiencing poverty in Iran, I cannot imagine, 1/10, like it's less than 1/10 of Iran. Like, I cannot imagine the poverty of Yemeni people, what the Yemeni people are living with. 465 only. That's 1/10 of Iran, and I know there's a lot of poverty in Iran. How do these people live?
Egypt, $3,500. That's Israel's neighbor. What is Israel's GDP per capita?
53.1. I got good eyes from.
I think there's a list right there, Rob. If you can show that.
And guys, by the way, where's the fucking sympathy for your fellow Arab Muslims in Sudan and Yemen who have been killed in astronomically higher numbers than people in Gaza? Astronomically. Like, guys, you know this is about Jew hatred. Come on, guys. Even the PP Palestine people, okay? You guys in the chat, this is about Jew hatred. This has nothing whatsoever regarding your care for the people in Gaza. If it had even the slightest relation to the people in Gaza, you would have been spending a fraction of the energy that you spend talking about free Palestine on the people in Yemen and the people in Sudan. You guys know that our channel, Atheist, go watch some of the oldest videos on this channel. It was about ending the war in Yemen. And I'm an anti-Islamic atheist. And I was making on this atheist and this anti-Islamic atheist channel, I was making content about stopping the war in Yemen by Saudi Arabia back then, as for the sake of the people in Yemen back then. And I'm anti-Islamic. And this is before even the United Nations was actually raised the alarm. Like, this atheist channel was talking about the people in Yemen before any of the Islamic channels or Arab channels knew even what the fuck was happening in Yemen. And this channel was concerned about it. And we continued to speak about it for years. We had more content on this atheist channel in support of the people in Yemen than the combination of all the main English-speaking Islamic channels on YouTube. And these were Muslim and they were Arab, and we were atheists and we were anti-Islamic. And they weren't talking about them. We were talking about it. It goes back years. And they act like they care. I apparently, as an anti-Islamic atheist, care more about these Muslims than Muslims. Because you don't give a shit about the people in Gaza. You just hate Jews. You hate Jews. Just admit it. This has nothing to do with the people in Gaza. And every time you bring this up, they were like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, the people in Gaza, the people in Yemen, that's a bad situation as well. Anyways, let's go talk back about Gaza. Like look at the famine. You want to see what famine looks like? It's nothing like what's happening in Gaza. Go look at what's happening to the children in Yemen so you could see visually what famine actually looks like.
Yeah, this is the GDP per capita. So I go with me on this. You see, Qatar is number one. They're the big, rich oil country. Qatar, they're giving everybody the money. We understand that. We have Israel and the UAE, and then Saudi. And then if you go all the way down the list, you'll see there's other countries. These are Israel's neighbors that are very, very poor. Egypt is next door. Jordan's next door. We see what's going on in Iran. Now, you might say, all right, how long has this been going on? Rob, there's 3 more graphs here. I want you to understand this is the challenge that they're going to have. Here's 1979, Pat. This is during the revolution that was in 79, right?
By the way, I agree with this guy. This guy is making the point that basically businesses, economic prosperity ends wars. This is, but guys, do you know why economic prosperity, and this is also why democracy reduces the chance of war, because democracy brings prosperity. Prosperity reduces the chance of war. When you make this world better, people will stop fighting for another afterlife. The more we could make life, the more we could improve life, the more we increase hope for a better life, the less people will be chasing an afterlife. Okay, so this is how it works. One more time. The more we can improve life, the more we will have, the more hope people will have for a better life in the future, and the less they would be investing in an afterlife. That's how it works, right? And improving life means economic prosperity. So the best combination for Islamic terrorism is a mix of poverty and Islam. The best combination for terrorism, right? Islam is the best ideology for terrorism, And you need also lack of hope and desperation, not the leaders, but just for the leaders to be able to take advantage of the masses, right? These two combinations, and also if you add a little bit of inbreeding on top, then it's basically fantastic growth for radicalism. And you have all three of these. Oh, sorry. You have all three of these in Pakistan. All the three elements. You have poverty, Islam, and inbreeding. So Pakistan, by the way, Pakistan is a ticking time bomb.
So what was the richest country in the Middle East at that point? GDP per capita?
UAE.
It was the UAE. Then you have Qatar, then you have Kuwait, you have Saudi. Israel is sort of in the bottom of the bunch with the rest of them. Okay, now let's fast forward. This is the impressive thing about Israel, and this is why so many people that are Israel's neighbors just genuinely hate them, is because they're hating on them. Within 20 years, 30 years, now UAE is still number one, Qatar's number two. Look where Israel is. Now, here's what I want you to pay attention to. Look at the bottom of the list. You have Yemen, you have Syria, now you have Palestine that shows up, Egypt, Jordan, Iran, poor countries, while the Gulf countries are rich. Now fast forward to the most current thing. You still see Qatar there, you still see Israel there, you still see UAE there. Now look at the bottom of the list. Syria, Lebanon, Palestine.
This is why Israel was trying to give work visas to the people in Gaza so they could come work in Israel and make a living and take their money back to Gaza so that they could have some economic activity in Gaza, so that hopefully, potentially, that will de-radicalize them. That was the thinking behind those work visas.
The Middle East will not change until these countries have something worth living for. They're poor. They're desolate. They read one book called the Quran.
This is true.
And if you're a 22-year-old guy.
No, wrong. Wrong. He said, what is wrong about that? He said they read one book called the Quran. What is wrong about that? Tell me in the chat. They don't even read the Quran. They don't even read the Quran. They're understanding their mullahs and their imams and their ulama and their preachers read the Quran, and they just listen to what they have to say in the masjid, in the mosque. They don't read. They don't even. Most Muslims have not read the vast majority of Muslims have never read the Quran.
In Lebanon or in Palestine or in any of these countries or in Iran, and there's
I mean, they read parts of it, but I'm talking about cover to cover
indoctrination going on. What are you supposed to do? There's unemployment is all-time records. You don't have a job. There's nothing for you to do. You have no money. So Hamas shows up, Hezbollah shows up, ISIS shows up and says, "Let me give you some purpose." You notice that those people do not exist in Qatar. They don't exist in UAE. Follow the money, and you'll understand. Until those countries actually have something.
Spooky Shana just gave us a super chat saying that was the thinking behind U.S. aid as well, but bribing doesn't work with the Gazans. Yeah, no, you need to you can't just unload cash on people and thinking that will bring. That's actually aid makes people poorer many times, because you get them addicted to the aid rather than economic activity. Sometimes aid is the reason why you're poor, because you're making a society reliant on aid rather than economic activity.
Worth living for financially, they're always going to sort of be a race to the bottom. They say there's two ways to have the tallest building. You can either build a tall building or try to blow up the person's building right there. And that is that right there. Last point. We talk about the misery index and happiness. Here's a map.
You got to get to the next story,
Okay.
buddy. Like, what's the last thing you want to say?
Well, I just want to show you how happy people are in the Middle East.
Yeah.
If you can just see that happiness map. This is also a challenge. Like, you want to get to the bottom line here. I'm showing you the actual reasons why there's never going to be peace in the Middle East. Israel apparently is the happiest country in the Middle East. Afghanistan
Wow.
is the most miserable.
Congratulations, guys. Hopefully Iranians will get there one day. Oh my god, you guys are the happiest? Good job.
Israel apparently is the happiest country in the Middle East. Afghanistan is the most miserable country in the world.
Shit.
In the world. Here's the Rob, can you punch in? Here's the craziest part. Palestine 4.8. Israel's the highest at 7.2. Afghanistan is the lowest at 1 point something. There's countries that are lower than Palestine. Jordan is less happy than Palestine. Lebanon is less happy than Palestine. They're miserable people who want a better life. Yemen is desolate. So until these countries
Wait, how much was Yemen? I used to invest a lot of content in Yemen. That's why I care. Yemen, we're like at 3.6. Okay.
In the world. Here's the Rob, can you punch in? Here's the craziest part. Palestine 4.8. Israel's the highest at 7.2. Afghanistan is the lowest at 1 point something. There's countries that are lower than Palestine. Jordan is less happy.
I mean, guys, even the rich Islamic countries, look at this. Even the rich Islamic countries are not as happy as Israel. Doesn't that tell you something? Look, Israel is 7.2. UAE 6.8. So UAE has higher GDP. People in the UAE are richer than Israel on average, but people in Israel are happier. Oh, that's very interesting. Okay. That guys, you Israelis are happier with less.
World. In the world. There's countries that are lower than Palestine. Jordan is less happy than Palestine. Lebanon is less happy than Palestine. They're miserable people who want a better life. Yemen is desolate. So until these countries figure out how to make money, have an economy, and can be happy, there's never going to be peace.
By the way, remember when you were younger and about who you befriended, whoever had nothing to lose, parents were afraid of you befriending that kid. And whoever had a lot to lose, you always knew that kid would make different types of decisions, generally, even as adults. When you do business with, you're hanging out on the weekend with somebody, and one of your friends is like, yeah, let's just go break in. You're like, I got a job, I got a house, I got a this. Nah, bro, you guys go ahead. I'm not doing this. Let's just go and no. So there's a big point about, making sure the more people have things to live for, the better the decisions they make. The less people have things to live for, the worse decisions they make.
And finally, these people are making some good
You
points
want
here.
people to have a certain level of community.
See, guys, I'm not biased against people. If they say shitty things, I call them out. But if they say good things, I say, like, this is a good point.
Ownership, they have something that's theirs. They have something that they're building. And unfortunately, in some of these places, you just don't have that. You know whose birthday is on October 14th? The great Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
This morning, you know what I was doing this morning? I was watching a podcast that we did with Charlie. And as I was watching it, I was telling myself, I so miss talking to this guy. And I was like hoping for another conversation with this guy.
Is this
but
an
he's no
ad?
longer with us. So
This is an
this
ad.
is what we're doing today. We did a
This is an
for
ad.
another conversation with this guy, but he's no longer with us. So this is what we're doing today. We did it last month, and we're going to announce it again when all the sales that happen. Anything you buy, we have new shirts here. Okay, that's you, Charlie Kirk. That says "Live Free, Freedom."
This better go to charity, man, or else this is going to be really, really slimy. This better go to some form of charity.
Live Free. Any of these shirts with Charlie Kirk's face on it, 100%, not profits.
Oh,
it's our cost. The ones that say freedom.
Okay, good. I was like, oh my God, that is so slimy. If you're like, oh my God, I miss my friend Charlie, buy some shirts from me. I was like, this better go to some charity. So it is going to some charity.
Not profits. It's our cost. The ones that say freedom, live free, that are the Charlie Kirk's shirts, 100% of the proceeds are going to Charlie Kirk's kids for future college, business, whatever they choose to do.
To their kids? I mean, that's nice and all, but Charlie's kids are rich. I think Charlie would have. Okay, sure, whatever.
And I mean 100% of all the stuff that we're talking about. So if it's $50,000,
I don't think Charlie's kids require any help with their school money or their education money. I mean, I don't know. I mean, at least you didn't take the money yourself, so it's
going
fine.
that way. It's $100,000 going that way. $200,000 is going that way to their kids.
Delta is saying it's a grift. How is it a grift? Aren't they giving all the money to Charlie's kids?
So if you're somebody that loves Charlie and you want to get one of these shirts that says freedom to live free, go to the other one, Rob, if you don't mind going back. The other one that says live free, or the one that says.
I hope this is not a grift, because it's really, really bad to use Charlie's name for something like that.
Freedom on the right, top right. This one is sick, by the way. Look at that shirt right there.
Oh, his face is in there.
Yeah, this one that says live free. This is a newer one. Go back, Rob, if you can, and then go to the one on the right, the top right one. Red, Charlie Kirk, freedom. Any of these shirts you pick up, 100% of the proceeds will go to his kids. October 14th. This is one way of us giving a gift to him who is no longer with us.
I am skeptical. Do you have it? Okay, I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna judge on something I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to make accusations. Okay, I hope this is for a good cause. And yes, guys. I became familiar with how amazing Charlie is. Unfortunately, after he died. But he's truly missed. All right, guys. So that was it. Anybody wants to comment on anything before I head out? Any questions? Because we got 10 super chats, so I could if you have any questions, I will answer a few questions before we go. Somebody will think you look tired of me. Well, I did. This is my second 2-hour stream of today. I did 4 hours of live streaming, and I went and got a haircut today. And last night, for some reason, I got not enough sleep, because the night before it, I got too much sleep. So that's why last night I didn't get enough sleep. But I will, right after this, I'm going to go take a nap. So any questions? No questions? I'm going to head out. You did good. Well, thank you. Yeah, his kids don't need more money. They are really rich. So I think like Charlie himself would have spent the money on another on something else. Yeah. So here's the question. Oh, damn. Second. Yes, the second live stream. My first stream was in Persian on our Persian channel for my audience in Iran, mostly in Iran. Somebody saying he was an asshole and racist. Why is he missed? Even his wife celebrated his death with fireworks. You fucking idiot. First, okay. You know what? I don't even need to respond to you, because I can see how much of a hateful person you are by, saying such lies against his wife. No, and he wasn't a racist. He wasn't an asshole, but you are. You are. Okay, if you're looking for an asshole, just look in the mirror. Nelbon is saying, how are Iranians doing, Armin? Well, the Iranians on my live chat, on my channel, they are tired. They are really, the focus right now is really on supporting Prince Reza Pahlavi, on waiting for Israel to attack the Islamic Republic Iran again. A lot of focus is right now on the effects of the snapback by Europe and the sanctions, the pre-JCPOA sanctions coming back to Iran. And the value of the rial, the Iranian currency, dropping like a rock because of the sanctions, and people wondering how this is going to affect their lives, and a lot of people hoping that the regime will topple sooner, because it's going to be very difficult to live under the sanctions that have just been coming back. So a lot of people are hoping that Israel will do another attack. So, and after that, Iranian people will rise up. People don't know if it's going to happen. A lot of people are tired of waiting. So that's what's happening. Yeah. Thank you for asking, by the way. Yeah, Flying Robot Duck is saying free Iran from the Islamic Republic. Okay, so let me ask. Let me answer. You guys are asking questions from each other. See. All right, guys. So, I just want to say, by the way, when are the hostages going to be released? I just want to say congratulations to you guys as an Iranian on behalf of many other Iranians who I know would basically feel the same way. And maybe I should actually gather some messages from them for you guys. I just want to say that, congratulations on getting your hostages back. The hostages back. You guys deserve so much more. The people of Israel have been the best for the world compared to all other countries, most other countries, and you deserve all the peace and all the stability and all the security in the world. You deserve so much more. You don't deserve all the hate. You don't deserve to having to wait for your loved ones to come back home. You don't deserve to watch your family going to battlefields not knowing if they're going to come back. You don't deserve any of this. And as an Iranian, I just want to say that there might be a lot of hate against you guys around the world these days, but I could say that many of us Iranians, we love you, we see you, we appreciate you, and we wish the best for you. And we know that you deserve more, and we know that you will get what you deserve one day, this peace and stability that you all deserve one day, because you have gone through so much worse than this, and you have always came out of the other side winning, and for some reason you always keep surviving. And even though you have all the world against you, for some reason you not only survive, but you thrive and you prosper. And this is not going to be different, and better days are coming for you. Given your record, I'm almost sure that better days are coming for you. And Israel lives. Israel will continue to live, and Israel will do much, much more than living. Israel will prosper and grow in a way that many people can't even imagine today. And I really do believe that. Okay, and I hope you see better days. And love you guys. Okay, I'm gonna head out. So, guys, make sure you mention in the chat or in the comment sections, like the stream, and just say it with me. I'm Israel Chai, Javid Shah. See you guys in the next stream. Mwah. Bye, guys. Oh, yeah, I did.